The little girl deliberately stabbed her thigh with a pin to fake her first period. She then showed her blood-stained skirt to her mother, tricking her into going back to the bedroom. But it wasn't about the period. She just wanted to show her mom the photos on her phone. The photos were of different families, all smiling in family portraits, but every one of them had been murdered. That's when the truth came out. Nick and his wife were serial killers. The boy's real parents had already been killed. To keep him from talking, Nick had even cut out his tongue. Terrified, the mother made up an excuse to call her husband back to the room. After a quick discussion, they agreed to pretend everything was fine and find a way to leave as soon as possible. But what they didn't know was that Nick had passed by the storage room and noticed that the basement door had been tampered with. He started getting suspicious. The mother then used the excuse of her daughter being scared after getting her first period to say goodbye and leave. Strangely, Nick didn't stop them. He just gave a creepy smile. As they stepped outside, the husband noticed that one of the tires had been slashed. It was obviously Nick's doing, but they pretended not to notice, hoping to get away faster. Just as they were about to get in the car, Nick pointed out the flat tire and offered to fix it. Unexpectedly, he really did fix it, then hugged them goodbye. They thought they were safe and could finally call the police to rescue the boy. But just then, the girl saw Nick toss the boy into the lake. The husband jumped out of the car to save him, telling his wife to drive away. But right then, Nick pressed a remote and the gate slammed shut. By the time the husband pulled the boy out, his wife and daughter had already been captured. They were taken to the warehouse, where Nick threatened the mother to transfer all their assets to his account. To make sure they didn't escape, he pulled out a syringe to inject the girl with a sedative. As Nick approached, the mother suddenly pulled out a knife she had hidden and slashed his face. Then she grabbed Nick's wife's shotgun. The daughter quickly hid the syringe, and the mother managed to wrest the shotgun away completely. The family escaped and locked the door from the outside before rushing to the car. Just as they were about to drive off, another car blocked their way. They reversed and ran into Nick's house, locking all the doors and windows. Meanwhile, Nick's accomplices had joined him and his wife. They were planning an all-out attack. The mother tried to use the landline to call for help, but there was no signal. They barricaded the door with furniture and discovered a blueprint of the house, which showed a skylight on the roof. As they were figuring out what to do, the lights suddenly went out. They hid the kids in a closet and started searching for weapons. Nick's accomplice climbed up to the roof and reached the skylight. At the same time, Nick broke through the front door and tried to kick in the bedroom door. In a panic, the woman stabbed Nick's arm with a fork, forcing him back temporarily. As the parents ran upstairs, the boy in the closet coughed, and Nick immediately heard it. The mother burst out with pepper spray, grabbed the kids, and ran upstairs. They bumped into one of the accomplices, but luckily he only shot a mirror. The father jumped in to fight him, and the wife finished him off with a hammer. They grabbed his car keys and headed for the attic skylight. Meanwhile, Nick was washing pepper spray out of his eyes and told his wife to chase after them. As she aimed her gun, the mother ambushed her and killed her, but the latter got knocked over in the process. The husband volunteered to jump down first, even though it was a 3-story drop. He injured his leg, but got up and put the ladder back in place. The daughter climbed down, and he told her to hide in the car. As the others followed, they realized the daughter had been captured by Nick. Nick demanded the husband drop the gun. Then he saw his wife's body. She had died from the fall. Enraged, he said he would make the girl her replacement. But just then, the girl stabbed him in the waist with a sedative needle. Nick collapsed instantly. At last, the family was free.